I'm going to pull a patch off. Lisa and I are going to stretch this. And you're going to see that this product will always go back to its original shape. It's very clear. This is a patch. And let's turn sideways here. You ready? Hang on to it. Stretch it. It won't break. It's a really, really tough patch. It always goes back to its original size. And that is one tough patch. I'm going to do it again. What makes Tear-Aid so strong is the fact that you can stretch it and it always goes back to its original size. That will tear something off an ordinary piece of fabric. If you did that with duct tape, it would tear it off. What I'll show you is how to fix a piece of vinyl that is cut up off the edge. What we have here is regular vinyl that someone would use in a bounce house if the kids were bouncing around in it. The best way to start this thing is to take alcohol prep pads. With the prep pads, you should just wipe up around the area. You don't want to use Windex. Windex will leave a film. Alcohol is the only thing. Now these have already been cleaned, so I'm just going to basically show you how it's done. Both sides, clean it. But alcohol will not leave a film at all. It's the thing to use when you go to fix it. Now the way to fix this is to get something called what we call an anchor edge. You peel back a small part of the product, just enough so you can tag it. Divide the distance up on the product itself, about halfway down off the cut. And then once you think you're straight, just tag that down. Nice little edge right there, like that. You can see it's tagged. Reach underneath, just pull the liner off, run yourself out until you're about the edge of the product. Once you're at the edge of the product, you can take your reinforcement line. What it really is 80-pound test line, it's fishing line. We put it in every one of the packages, and you tag the line right up along the edge of the fabric, and because the patch is sticky, it sticks right to it and won't move around on you. All right, seal it down, and then pull the patch up, tag it on the other side of the fabric, like so. Just lay it down nice and smooth, like that. Rub it down nice. You want to make sure you don't get any bubbles in there. And this is totally airtight and watertight. And that fishing line now, what it's done is it's created a complete seal. And that edge is so tough now you'll need a knife to be able to fix it. Of course you can take the fishing line with a pair of scissors and just cut it free. You won't even know it's there. And we have created something that's elastic. It actually stretches and recovers. That'll be on for years. It's a very, very nice mend, very clean, efficient way to be able to fix something. And once again, totally airtight and watertight. Tear-Aid is the only product I know that will stick to a piece of canvas without any sewing or heating whatsoever. This sample is 9 years old. Nothing sticks to canvas without sewing or heating, and Tear-Aid does. Polyester, look at how nicely that blends in with the background. We stick to nylon. I've got a hockey bag that I repaired about 10 years ago, it still has it on it. This is fiberglass. It sticks to fiberglass like your screen porch enclosures, anything on a camping area, and some sort of a RV. Bug netting, it's tough to stick to bug netting. We stick to it quite well. You can fix a bicycle inner tube. Sticks to inner tubes for something that, like the ones you want to run down the river with. Dacron, we stick to Dacron very well. Look at how nicely the colors blend. We actually stick to polyurethane. We stick to vinyl. Type B is strictly vinyl. And we also stick to car seats, boat seats, things of that nature. I'm going to repair a piece of canvas. Nothing fixes canvas without any sewing or heating but Tear-Aid. I know of nothing that does it. Take your alcohol prep pads. Clean both sides around the tear. This is what I call a pretty decent tear. Type A is really, really sticky. When you put Type A on, you're at 90% adhesion, and about an hour later you're at full adhesion. And the tough part is trying to get your fingers free from it. But make sure you get an anchor edge. Anchor it nice and firmly. Take your time. And just walk on down the piece of fabric. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to fix the other side. when I put the second patch on the inside, what will happen is when it's expanded, it will allow the adhesives to touch. It'll seal it up completely, and it'll never get fouled with dirt, elements. It doesn't matter, other clothing underneath. Let's try something else now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take patch type A again, and I'm going to stretch it over this pen. Look at how tough that is. Okay, let's say for the sake of discussion you have a hole in something you want to be airtight or watertight. What I'm going to do is take a piece of plastic and just cut a hole right in. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to tag it down like so. And there you go on it. Airtight and watertight. What happens with the bounce house industry is they have a lot of kids in there with slides and in the units that they're using, and a lot of times they don't want to wait the 24 hours to have vinyl completely cure. One of the options to cure our type P patch is to heat it. Acrylics require either time or heat. By leaving the patch on for 24 hours without any heat, it will cure itself fully. By heating the patch to roughly 300 to 350 degrees, you can cure the patch immediately. As soon as it cools, it's at full adhesion. Take the industrial heat gun, turn the temperature to 300 degrees. You want to try to heat it kind of all over the patch. Don't stay on any one spot. What's happening is that you're trying to cure the acrylic adhesive, but when the patch starts to turn clear, you're actually melting the polyurethane. You want to stop heating at that point. Has to run into the microscopic pores of the fabric to get a lot of surface area to attach to, and that takes time or heat. And heating the patch is one way to cure it. Obviously, if you just put it on and leave it alone overnight, it'll be 100% cured as well. All right, here we go. We're going to peel some of this patch off now, and you're going to see if it just does not want to come off. It is stuck on it. I'd like to show you is how we can print on our product. If you take a look at this part, there's a patch right here where my fingers are going around, that clear patch. This is a piece of vinyl. This is actually application for the sign industry. And can you see where Lisa's folded that patch back? This entire area has been printed on. It's pretty high-tech stuff. It's really nice to be able to print on it. It's an oil-based solvent ink that you have to use to be able to work a printer on the Tear-Aid, as well as normally vinyls. And that is pretty much the presentation.